Good morning and welcome to the Skybird WASH TV chain interview series. My name is Sarah Hennessy and I'm the Implementation and Servicing Manager at Triangle Environmental Health Initiative. And this morning I'm joined here today by Stacey Nyandiko, who is the Sales Engineer in East Africa for Xylum Water Solutions. Good morning, Stacey.
Good morning, Sarah. Thank you. Glad to be here.
Yeah, thanks so much for joining us today. I think today you chose to talk to us about domestic water treatment. And so my first question for you is, can you tell us why you decided on this topic of domestic water treatment?
So Sarah, we find that in most cases, everyone is pushing for accessibility of water and ensuring everyone has access to clean water. But as we're pushing for that, I think we should be in tandem that we push for treatment of this water, because right now, like for example, in Nairobi, most water is actually groundwater. Almost every, say, home has a borehole somewhere, and we now need ways in which we can treat this water for these homes. And therefore, I think it's important that everyone understands how it is that they can treat this water and ensuring the water at their taps is clean and safe, of course, for drinking. That's not to say, I think the same situation for river water, where we have people in the rural areas getting water from the rivers. How are we treating this water? How are they taking this water? So that's why I chose to talk about domestic water treatment.
Great. Yeah, and Stacey, can you tell us the most interesting fact that you know about domestic water treatment?
So interestingly, so Sarah, 1 in 3 people globally, only 1 in 3 people globally have access to clean water. This is a study done by WHO. I say it's an interesting fact because it's important that we have a full perspective of actually how many people have access to clean water. Where if we have 3 people in a room, only 1 person has access to clean water, while the rest don't. So I think it's important that we put that into perspective. Also, another interesting fact, I think it's not interesting, but it's more what I would like to say is that not all water is treated by reverse osmosis, and I think that's what everyone thinks. If the water is dirty, let's do reverse osmosis. If the water is turbid, let's do reverse osmosis. So yeah, I think it's interesting to have that into perspective.
Yeah, 33% of the global population is quite large, and I imagine there's big cost implications with choosing RO versus other technologies, which might be more suitable and equally as fine for treatment. So Stacey, if you had magic powers, is there anything you would change about domestic water treatment or the way that we work with it?
So, Sarah, if I had magic powers, I would give everyone clean water with a snap of my finger. But more realistically, I would love to ensure that everyone has knowledge, basic knowledge on water, how to access, how to get water, how to treat it, and how to ensure that you don't waste it. We're talking about the full cycle, where do you really need a borehole, or you can actually do rainwater harvesting? Do you need a reverse osmosis, or you can actually just have a conventional treatment method? And what is the implications of drilling a borehole versus investing in, say, rainwater harvesting? And then that if every home has this knowledge, then they would make better decisions with their water and live, of course, healthier lives, because then they'll have clean water at their taps, right? Yeah. So if I had magic powers, I'd give everyone that knowledge, and be a happier nation, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great answer. Education is so important and just raising awareness on the topic. So Stacey, my fourth and final question for you, when you were a child, what did you tell everyone that you wanted to be when you grew up?
So Sarah, as we grow up, we always have different stages where we want to be different things. When you grow up, you want to be a pilot because you've seen a plane land. You want to be an air hostess because you've seen how they walk so confidently and majestically in the airport. You want to be a doctor because you were sick and they saved your life. But I would say one constant for me as I grew up was my love for mathematics. I loved math so much. I think place all my energy in math. So I always just wanted to be the woman who invented formulas. You want to call it a scientist who can say Stacey's formula does this. You can see. So I always wanted to be that person in the back burner of solving these things and having this constant and having my name being mentioned through and through generations that I solved a certain problem. Being mentioned along with, say, Einstein would be good. So yeah, I always wanted to be a mathematician. Then that transitioned into wanting to be an engineer now, solving problems, using my maths knowledge to solve problems. So that's how I landed into engineering.
Yeah, well, you're such an encouragement to women in STEAM and science, technology, engineering, and math. So we need more women like you to represent us.
Thank you.
Well, Stacey, thank you so much for your time today. And thank you all of our viewers for watching and listening. Be sure you tune in for our next interview, which Stacey will be hosting. And we hope you all have a great day.
Thank you, Sarah.